All right, Henry McClure live. This goes out to the libertarians. All right? And I'll send you a note via email. I can't find the libertarian request for my response. But I'll tell you one thing. There isn't anybody more about transparency, openness, smaller government. I mean, from my heart, I think that we fight too many foreign wars just for basically corporations. I am not for legalizing pot just because it was a really big distraction in my life since May 2nd, 2015. But do I think you ought to be able to have medical marijuana? Yeah. I would probably say weed is probably less harmful than alcohol. I look at alcohol as a gateway drug, but I'm not a prohibitionist. Alcoholism went up during prohibition. I'll tell you one thing that I do think, that every political race ought to be partisan. You should declare whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or a Libertarian or the Green Party. What did the environmentalist guy always run under? But yeah, there's nothing wrong with saying, one of my best friends, I consider him really one of my best friends. I do. It's not that we hang out every day, but there isn't anybody that gives solid advice. And a dear friend, going back since I moved back to Topeka, okay? He goes, look, when I registered to vote, my girlfriend was a Democrat, and I've been a Democrat ever since then. And these are things that I can understand. I truly can understand having a girlfriend, and I even remember what it's like to have a wife. What we've got going on in Topeka, there's a libertarian solution to this. And all you got to do is stop writing checks. Oh, speaking of libertarians, I think Earl McIntosh is a libertarian. And I've supported him. I've supported him economically with the lawsuit that he's got going on. And I pray that you vote for Earl McIntosh. I don't think he has a primary. A lot of good people have thrown their hats in the ring. Just got into it with B.J. McGivern over Cody Foster. Okay, well, that might not be the most popular point of view in a town like Topeka. But to have somebody willing to stand up to Cody Foster and say, you know what, you're wrong. You're wrong. You bought them all. Welcome to the real estate business. Now fix it up. You got a chiller to fix up, but you don't deserve no property tax for a decade. You need to personally sign for the bonds, $48 million, and you're not getting a relief on real estate taxes. And what you guys don't understand is the AT&T building. It's vacant. It's been vacant. He had a special district made up for the fact that he was struggling with developing it. On a $2.2 million building, he's got his real estate taxes down to $3,500. Okay, So what happens is the scales of justice start, you know, here's Cody, here's the taxpayer. And so BJ McGivern brings up a lot of great points of all the good things that he's done. Yeah, great. I'm not against that. I'm not out protesting Advisors Excel. God bless them. They'll save that mall, and who knows, there might be some space left over after whatever he takes that might have some value to somebody in business. But just because he did all these nice things doesn't mean we got to subsidize him. I like breaking it down to like that Mr. Irvine guy who's friends with Spencer and says, well, all your comments is leading me away from you. Well, okay. Henry doesn't support corporate welfare. Look what they did. Look what they did out there with Walmart, Mars, Target, Bimbo, all that development out there. It didn't lower our property taxes, and it didn't increase our population. So we need to pivot how we're doing things. Think about it. This is what happened with the AT&T building. We paid $1 million in rent, and it didn't flourish at Wolf Camera because Miss Molly didn't execute the plan. But it will work over with Cody Foster, and that's sophistry. So we're going to sign a lease now with Go Topeka, and they're going to pay $3 million in rent to the owners of the AT&T building, which one of them is Cody Foster and his wife. And then the building's vacant today. Then the $7 million construction allowance is going to add value to the center. The building. And that's all at the taxpayer's expense. And when your investments become, you don't lose, there's never any downside, no risk, how's that a free market economy? And you know something, here's the point about it. It gets to the point, if you can't make a point in a town like Topeka, I'm just wasting my time. I'm wasting my effort. You know, I shouldn't look like a bad guy just saying, you know something, that guy shouldn't get those taxes. Hell, the town, and when it comes to fairness, let's just take it all back to Lawrence Bay. The guy hasn't paid the specials, some of the real estate taxes, got a new lake, and that's gone on a decade. So how could any incumbent deserve to get reelected? And this whole making up a market and trying to create a market, let's just go back to the hotel. And if you guys don't like the fact that I keep jamming this down your throat, well, good. Because later on I'll be able to say, I told you so. I'll quit worrying about it. I got things to do. But today, the people and the haters got to understand, I'm working for you today. I'm trying to make it where it's a better place. How do I tell somebody to come do business in Topeka? Especially the way Topeka's treated me. But it's real simple. This is so simple. So I'm talking to Mr. Big Shot that wants to come here. And so, well, first thing you do is you tell them what banks to put their money in. So you open up a couple of bank accounts so the people can see you're real. And then join the Topeka Country Club, start hobnobbing, have a cookout, invite the right people over. You know, you literally could take, you could use an investor as a straw man and have them make a deal with the two guys that get all the deals in the background. But how do you tell, hey, look, this guy doesn't have to pay taxes and this guy gets all the subsidies? How does a regular guy sell Topeka as a great place to come? Man, we've got to reel it in. We got to get zero-based budgeting. We got to make sure we fix the streets we voted for. We can't give a nickel to the NGOs. We got to start living within our means. We got to have better roads. We got to have clean water. And if it means standing up, you know, I can't afford as a taxpayer, I can't afford to subsidize Cody Foster. I can't afford his success. But God bless him. I'm not telling you to not do business with him. I'm just telling him, like we said in the other show, we are chumps if we're going to continue just to give those money. But you know what? I'm going to go get a good night's sleep, be down at the county commission meeting and watch Kevin Cook and Bill and Aaron give away the ship. I'll send that note out to the libertarians. Share this video. Like and share. I can't wait to see what happens Tuesday. Oh, vote for me on Tuesday. I'll continue to fight for you. And I do love you all.